learned something rather annoying about myself that I am going to... No, that I'm committing to fixing, is how I need to word it. I feel like this is something I've known for a long time, but it's one of those things that just clicked today, but it wasn't, I don't know, it clicked today as in cemented in 100%, but I feel like the past couple years, I've been slowly getting to the point of making this realization, just because I have been more... Oh, poor puppy. Someone's riding a Neuron electric scooter and has a really old, chonky dog on a leash with them, and it doesn't look like a recipe for success or enjoyment for the beautiful animal. Anyway, I have realized, or what clicked, or what I was saying was that I feel like in the past couple of years, I've slowly, very slowly, kind of been sinking into this realization, and even just this past week, I've done some things to fix the problem without 100% admitting or recognizing that this is such a problem with me. So I don't know what level I was at, if I'm thinking about like 100% whatever, of it clicking, of me getting it, of me really recognizing and understanding it. And like maybe I was like 99% there, and then today it just was like that final click, and it makes a difference being 99% aware of something or 100. Maybe I was only 70% and I moved 30% in one shot. I don't know. But without further ado, I don't even know what to call it. It's just that discipline is really difficult for me, and I like being organized, I like planning, I like scheduling, I like having everything just so. And it's not just that I'm neurotic and meticulous about very specific things, it is that it's an excuse not to do things. If I can't do it right, sometimes I don't do it. And it's like, I don't want to be late to class, I would rather not go. Now, how many times does that prevent me going to class? I don't think ever. Like, I was just always on time for class, whether it be high school or university, you know what I mean? Like, I've never skipped a day. Just never was like, nah. Like, I remember I was sick in university once and sick in high school like once. Like, I get sick like once every 2 years maybe, but it's rare that I'd ever miss work or school or anything. Like, so I was just thinking today about like, man, I really need to change the way that I approach things, because I get in this mental space of like, well, I looked at the weather and it was supposed to rain, so I didn't count on riding my bike. However, I left my bike in the trunk because I was like, oh, maybe I can ride tomorrow after work. Today is not a bad day. It barely rained yesterday. It barely rained today. I already have this thing of knowing that like I can't trust, like, yeah, oh, the bike thing. I was just thinking like, I wasn't prepared to ride. For someone who wants to be prepared, I should be prepared to do that all the time. I know that the weather is not a guarantee, and if it says it's gonna rain, I didn't look at how much. I don't know where in the city it's gonna rain. I don't know when exactly it says around this time or that time. How much did it rain yesterday? Is that gonna be a problem for the trails today? It's more of just like, just do it, dude. Like, just be ready for that thing. If you really want to do it, you don't need perfect conditions, right? I don't need things to be just perfect. Like, just go and do that thing that you say you want to do. I say that I want to ride as much as possible, and I don't put myself in a position to ride as much as possible. So I can't really want to do it that much. I just say I want to do it. It's like the thing of theory and practice, and just like or just follow through, actions versus words, right? Like, do I love books in theory? Do I love reading in theory? Or do I like the idea of it? No, I like it in practice too. But it's one of those, I do like the idea of books. I like what they represent, blah, 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 blah. And like with mountain biking or with biking in general, it is much more than just the idea of doing it. I need it. Like, it helps me, but I don't know what word to use. I can't be lazy. Like, I can't make excuses and be like, oh, well, the weather and I thought that. So no, be ready. Like, this is another reason why I need a different vehicle in my life. And I don't have the means anytime soon to like figure that out. But like, I can't physically have everything in my vehicle ready to go at all times. I need to figure out a way to do it to a degree because I want to be prepared. But then part of me right now is like, well, how bad do you want to go for a ride? You need other things in your life too. And then it became this whole thing of like, I didn't go to bed on time. I didn't wake up on time because of that. I wasn't prepared. Things happen. But then once things happen, I need to make a new plan and I need to like do something. And I didn't like, it was just kind of like, well, everything got screwed up and it wasn't on me. So now if I screw up my day, I can just be upset about it rather than, no, but like if I can fix it, I'll be less upset about it, even though I might be frustrated that that there were things out of my control, but that's daily. I was starting to think about a conversation that I've already had before about chaos, and I don't remember exactly how I worded it. I'll have to find it, and yeah. But about just like accepting chaos maybe, and just like noting that I accepting chaos is just what needs to be done, but I used to just eliminate chaos as much as possible. That was my solution, was like, well, and it still isn't a bad solution. Like, there's a time and a place. If you're trying to set boundaries with family members who are creating chaos in your life in ways that are emotionally, mentally unhealthy for you, or physically unhealthy, or whatever, that's not bad. Set those boundaries, right? Like, those are things that you should be doing. Eliminate chaos, or eliminate abuse or opportunity for abuse as much as you can for self-preservation purposes. But accepting chaos also helps with the same stuff. Like, I need that level of acceptance to recognize, like, okay, like, it wasn't like you thought it was going to be, it wasn't the plan, it wasn't whatever, and we need to move on as quick as possible. We need to recognize that, accept it, and then move on. And this has like been such a common thing for me, and I keep not regressing, but like the small baby steps I make sometimes are so small that I can't recognize them or see them, and I'm trying to give myself credit where credit is due and just like give myself grace and all that other stuff. But like, no, it's just like, again, I keep repeating things, not whole conversations, but things that are similar because I'm not doing them yet, right? And like, I fall into the space again where I'm like, wait a second, I know this. Like, I've been here before. Like, let's fix this. And that's where I'm at right now again. And just like making this big kind of realization and kind of just clicking like, wait, like I knew this already. And that was my way of like, I don't know. It's just like, it was like a coping mechanism in a way of like, oh, well, things didn't go as I had planned. So, or things didn't work out. Like, I can't do that thing because this other thing happened. So nah, never mind, I won't do it. And then I didn't get upset about not doing it. But the only reason I didn't get upset about not doing it is because part of me felt relieved about not doing it. But that's not a good thing all the time, because it depends on the thing. It is so situational. I shouldn't be relieved that I didn't get an opportunity to physically exercise my body and have mental and emotional like reconnection with myself and my health and whatever via mountain biking. That should not be a relief. I should be disappointed about that for a second or whatever, accept it, be like, okay, well, I'm going to go to the studio now and do that, rather than like, oh yeah, well, I can't do that anyway, so whatever. And I don't feel relief on the surface, but there's a part of me that's like, well, that's hard. It is hard, but I need it, and I know that I need it, and I really enjoy it. But like, I don't know. And then it's too complex and nuanced, because then it gets into a place of like, how much energy can I have? But again, it's a thing of like doing the prep work mentally first, and also just like, oh, I gotta have stuff in my car. I need to be ready to go. These are the things that I need to do so that I can roll with the punches better. And this is a thing that I've said for a long time. Being really organized helps me to be able to be flexible. If I don't know what my schedule is, or if I'm not organized enough, I don't know how flexible I can be without creating bigger problems for myself. It's like a simple thing, which I'm sure I've said before, is like, if I don't have like myself scheduled with time, then like if someone's like, hey, you want to go for coffee, and I haven't thought about, oh, what do I need to do for work this week, whatever, like if I have to think about it, I'm either going to miss out on the coffee that I could have had with somebody and had a good experience there socially, or I'm going to do it and then put myself in a horrible position for the work that I need to do that week. But if I did the work ahead of time and realized, oh, no, I know where I can be flexible this week. I know that I need to put this amount of hours into this project, and like, this is my plan. I'll do it. I've got 7 hours to do, 6 hours worth of work on this day. And then someone said like, hey, do you want to go for coffee? I'm like, actually, yeah, I can, because I'm organized and I understand what my needs are this week. So I can do it without a detriment. Or I can say, oh, sorry, like I can't right now. I'll get a hold of you later. And then I don't, whatever, you get the point. But yeah, that realization, like, again, just a big shift for me. Not a shift, I don't know. It just clicked in a way that I was like, oh yes, I do that. I use things as this excuse to not do a thing that I say I want to do. It's not that I don't want to do it, but I obviously don't want to do it enough to put myself in a position to be able to just do it, because it's hard, and like, I only want to do the hard thing when it's easy to do, and that's not enough commitment.